welcome back. If you're just joining, it's Trending O'Clock. This is where we trend on all the juicy gist on the internet, and of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Irabo. As you know, once it's trending, I can never be alone in the studio. But who is joining us this beautiful morning? NK.
Hi.
NK, thank you so much for joining me
Oh my
today.
God, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me
Thank
once
you so
again.
much.
Let's do this, girl.
Yes, I've been looking forward to seeing your face because when you
Mhm.
come, there's the way. Don't tell Mr.
Oh my
Michael
God.
though. Don't
Oh
tell
my
Mr.
God.
Michael. But
Please
I
come
know, I know,
here.
I know the stories are juicer. So let's
Mhm.
just go straight into our stories for
Straight up.
today.
Straight up.
Yes, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has defended its use of force during arrests, saying the law permits it to break into premises when necessary. According to the commission, operatives are legally empowered to force entry if a suspect refuses to cooperate or attempts to evade arrest, especially in cases involving financial crimes. The EFCC says these actions are carried out within the limits of the law and are not an act of harassment as often alleged by the public. This clarification comes amid growing criticism over the agency's arrest method, with the EFCC insisting that due process is always followed. Hmm, I needed that. Like, I needed that because,
Are you sure that due process is always followed?
see, you know the fact that we've been complaining about most of these law enforcement agencies, and then when you keep giving them power, it seems they're abusing all of the powers being given to them. Of late, we started, because I know this comment is coming because so many persons have been trying to tag the EFCC boss and all of that on different social media platforms. Yes, because we've been seeing lots of things happening. Even we saw some footage of people talking about how EFCC came into their house during their absence, and then they felt like, oh, maybe it was robbers that came into the house, not knowing like that it was actually the EFCC. So all of these things, I think it's unlawful. In as much as you feel like that the law gives you the power to do all of this forced entry and the rest, but going into breaking into, this is not even going into, you're breaking into people's homes while they're away. I don't think that is supposed to be part of the lawful act that the boss is coming out to tell us, NK.
Yeah, you're very correct. I mean, if you do your intelligence investigation properly, you should know when the suspect is home or not at home, because you can't be breaking into people's houses when they are not around. The important thing is that you're doing that so you could get them, right? You could really apprehend them. But if you're doing that when they're not around, it's really, really suspicious.
Most times,
It
maybe they're
raises
going to
concern
see if they could get things that would give
that
them,
to
because
indicate
I
that.
don't know, but going into people's houses once they are not there is wrong. And then often at times we see clips of them going into people's house late at
Yeah,
night.
I was almost going
Like late
there.
at night,
I
if you
was
come to
almost
my
going
house to
there
knock
to
at
say,
night, I might not open because I will be scared definitely. Why should you go to people's houses late at night, knowing the fact that we have insecurity going on in the country right now?
yeah,
And
I
if I
was
refuse to
almost
open the door, you say I'm resisting arrest.
arrest.
So it's not
I was
done.
also going there, when he was giving the reasons why, they break into homes and I wanted to say, does the law also permit that you break into people's homes at the wee hours of the night? Because that is one thing that is very rampant. I mean, if before you resort to breaking people's homes, you must have gone through the legal process of doing the normal courtesy, knock on the door,
Yeah.
and let someone come and attend to you.
If
A
you
case
come
where
if you come to knock at night, I'm sorry, I
but
will not
that's why I
open.
said the wee hours of the night, because that time is very, very dangerous, very critical. People don't just open their homes at 3 a.m. or at 2 a.m. for anybody. So I need to be sure who is at my gate. If I need to call the police or call extra people, because I don't know who's there, right? So if it's during the normal day, you just do the normal courtesy, knock on the door, and people will attend to you. The point you resort to breaking into homes is when you feel like they are in there, but they are refusing to allow you access into the homes.
Yeah.
But then again, doing that in their absence, I think that's not right in any way. And I think majority of the time that's what they do. Probably they do that intentionally because they know that people are
You know one funny story that played out, I think sometime last year in Abuja, when kidnappers actually went to, I think, Dawaki region of Abuja, and then they kidnapped several persons, but they disguised like the EFCC. And people could not stop them because they felt like, okay, this is how the EFCC operates. I don't know if you're getting this whole thing, because now I think they operate like kidnappers. I'm sorry I'm using this word, but that is how they do. And that's why even when the real kidnappers were there, people felt like it was the EFCC because they came putting on the red whatever, so they felt like, okay, this is the EFCC, and then they started packing people into their vehicles and all of that. So they felt like, oh, it's the EFCC, until they later realized it was not the EFCC, it was kidnappers. So imagine doing all of these things, and now we can't even differentiate between the kidnappers and the EFCC because they operate just like the kidnappers. I'm sorry I'm saying this, but I think this law, if it's yes, it needs to be checked. If it's really lawful, I think they really need to amend all of these things, because with maybe normally it would have not been wrong, but with the insecurity going on in the country right now, I think they really need to check this whole law and see if they could make some adjustments to it, because you don't go to people's houses at night and you expect them to open. I will not open. And then you break through because you feel like, oh, she's trying to resist arrest. So I think it's not normal. It's something that really needs to be worked on. So we're calling back on the EFCC boss, please do justice to this so-called law. It is not really lawful to me. Well, away from that, an update now on the anti-kidnapping protest involving students of the Ambrose Ali University, AAU, ECPOMA. Following the protest over rising insecurity, the police have asked a court in Benin to remand several arrested students in prison. Yes, several students were arrested. I think about 52 of them. Please, let's see the footage of the arrested students.
Look at this innocent students! We are students! Come back to airport! Come back to airport! Oh, Jesus!
My own person.
No, this is not fair! 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 No!
According to reports, the security operatives reportedly or allegedly moved into student hostels and arrested over 50 students and took them to court. The students insist they committed no crime, saying they were only protesting for their safety amid kidnapping concerns. The situation has sparked outrage, with many questioning whether peaceful protests should lead to arrest and possible imprisonment. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Students are coming out to talk about the issues going on in the country. Just imagine, yesterday we talked about the kidnapping and everything going on in that axis, the Ekpoma region of Edo State. Yeah, we even saw a CCTV footage of a man that just drove in, and then the kidnappers escorted him into his apartment and then they just took him out. It was recorded and all of these things. And up till now, up to those very moments, the Edo State government has done nothing or said nothing about this. We've not seen any official statements concerning all of the kidnappings going on, knowing the fact that even the previous day, that's a day before this very protest, a student was abducted and killed immediately. And the other time we saw two young men kidnapped, of which one, and their two brothers, one was killed immediately, and now they're still being asked to raise around sum of 100 million naira to release the other, of which so far they've been able to raise 70 million naira, and they've been given the grace till today to raise the remaining 30 million naira, and if not, the other one will be killed too. And with all of these things, Edo State government has said nothing about this whole thing. And now the students are coming out to let the world know this is what they are going through. And sadly, they are being arrested for protesting. This is a sad reality. I don't know why, when we talk about peaceful protest, I don't see it as an illegal act. But why is it that when protesters go out to protest, It's always as if they are against the government. Maybe we should put it that way, because next thing we see arrest going on for people going out to protest. Same way when they did the Nnamdi Kanu protest, we saw people being arrested, and up to now we know some persons are still in prison. This is really not fair going on in this country. This is really not fair, NK.
It's really not fair, my sister. And sadly to say, the government is focusing on next year's election. So no one is giving any concern to the issues on ground. Now we are talking about insecurity, a place where you have an environment where you have mostly students.
Students, exactly.
Students are being kidnapped on a daily basis with huge ransoms being demanded by these hoodlums and these kidnappers. And the government of the day seems to do nothing about it. It's really hurtful. It's really appalling and very annoying to see. Now you're coming out to arrest students for what exactly? Did anyone carry guns? Were there? I know at some point hoodlums tried to hijack the whole protest and everything.
Course.
But then again, these students were protesting for their rights. You promised them safety. Why is it that they are not in a safe environment? This is a harmless protest, if you ask me. And I think they deserve the right to protest. If they feel like the government is not giving them what they want, they have the right to protest. So I cannot protest or call on the government to attend to these issues in my environment, because my safety is at risk at the moment. And then you're coming to arrest me. Okay, well, after arresting me now, what is the gain? What is the gain? What charge are you going to be charging me with at the end of the day? So I just feel this is just a way to oppress the students. This is just a way to tell them that, see, in this environment, you cannot protest, you cannot do any of these things. Just manage things as you see it, which is not supposed to be so.
And you know the funniest part, NK? Maybe I should put this to the Nigerian police. How were these people arrested in the first place?
On what
Because
grounds were
they were
arrested?
not arrested on the protest ground.
Yeah.
They were not arrested there, because we saw all of the chaos that broke out with a soldier shooting some of the students and all of that. We saw all of these things. And somehow they did not arrest anybody during the protest. You know what happened? Later at night, they broke in, still talking about breaking into people's houses. They broke into hostels and then picked up several students from their hostels. So how are you so sure these people you're picking up actually came out to protest? That's the thing. How sure are you that these people, because now I am so sure that innocent peoples are there in the prison. Innocent people, maybe people that are not even students, people that did not come out to protest and all of that. They just went there, pick up students from their house, picked up students from their hostels. And up to now, the Edo State government has said nothing.
I mean,
they have said nothing about it.
Talking about, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this issue of kidnapping has been a long tail in
even in Ekpoma, exactly, because I remember then it used to be along the Benin wherever expressway, that expressway, right? Benin Auchi expressway. It has always been there. I remember then they kidnapped Big Joe vehicle up to like twice or three times on that road, and then killed several students and all of that. But nothing has been done. But now they had to move from the express to inside the town. So now the kidnapping is no longer like on the express. It has moved into the town. And you know the funniest part? When they started all of this kidnapping, it was late hours at night. So they started telling people, make sure you don't stay out late at night. Funniest part now, that very CCTV footage we saw was 6 p.m. So 6 p.m., is it too late for somebody to go out by 6 p.m.? So it means you cannot even take a walk in that community right now because of all of the kidnappings going on in that particular place.
I don't know what the local government chairmen are doing. I mean, I think this is high time they need to come up, because they know best, you know, the areas that these things happen. And, you know, I don't know if they have vigilantes that, you know.
They do, of course, they do. They do.
Then,
if it's Epoma, they have vigilantes and all of this. They have all of them, but sadly, insecurity is still in that very place. Well away from that, but still in Edo State. A resurfaced video allegedly showing the Edo State governor saying, "We are going to provide you with insecurity," has sparked widespread reactions online. The video, which has reemerged amid growing concerns over insecurity in the state, is drawing criticism from residents and social media users. Let's see the footage.
We are going to provide you with insecurity.
Questioning the context and timing of the statement, especially as cases of kidnapping and violence remain a major concern in Edo State. As of now, there has been no official clarification on the video or the circumstances surrounding the statement. He kept to his promises.
Could that be a genuine mistake, or it was an intentional statement? Because I really do not get. We're going to provide you with insecurity.
Insecurity, exactly.
So no wonder we see what's
That's
going
the order
on.
of the day.
That's why the silence of the government has been very loud, and because I mean this is one of the campaign promises, and it's being carried out judiciously.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, these are not what we should be saying at this time and age. I mean, everyone would say everything sweet, you know, during campaigns, but then again, how well do you pull through to make sure that these things you say actually come to pass? Well, we can see the Edo State government right there. He has said it, and it's what is happening right now.
Yes.
But I just hope that the people of Edo State will be wise enough to know that the coming elections lies in your hands. If you like, allow the people to take your power from you. That's on you. I mean, now we've seen that the government of the day has promised you insecurity
in the state.
So take back your mandates and look for someone that will promise you security so that you will be safe and secure in your own state. That's just what I would say.
Okay, so when I saw this very footage, I just said, okay, yes, he made his promise and then he kept to it. Because why are you not saying anything concerning what is going on in the country? In as much as I am still trying to say it's a mistake, yeah, but when keeping silence like this, I tend to ask myself, was this a deliberate effort or a mistake? Yeah. Because now insecurity is really going on in the country, in the states rather, and you're not doing nothing about it. You're not saying anything. The protesters that went out to protest were arrested. Nothing has been done concerning this whole. But now I'm sure now that
talks about the kidnappers or the kidnapping, but you're going for the students that came to protest. Now, before these students came out to protest, there's been kidnapping in the state. And no one has said anything about it to address the situation or even made efforts to curb the menace. Now the students decided to come out to protest for their safety.
Yeah.
And the focus has now been shifted from the kidnappers to the students. That speaks volumes.
Well, I know. In as much as
the government of the day is aware of what's going on, and they just deliberately decide to keep quiet.
In as much as he doesn't want to say nothing, but as long as this video is back online, I'm sure his PR team will be out now coming to say, oh, it was AI generated, it was this, it was that. Yes, they will finally come out, and trust me, once we get more updates, we'll definitely bring them to you. Away from that, let's go straight to some celebrity gossip, because it seems we've been having two serious issues today. So let's just go straight into celebrity gossip. Nollywood actress Regina Daniels has confirmed the arrest of her brother and her best friend after they were picked up by security operatives while on Instagram Live. The incident, which played out in real time, quickly went viral, drawing widespread reactions online. During the live session, Regina Daniels said the arrest was carried out based on a warrant allegedly placed by her husband, Senator Ned Nwoko. She said the arrest was linked to accusations that they stole $40,000 US, an allegation she strongly denied, calling the claims false and baseless. As of now, neither Senator Ned Nwoko nor the police have issued an official statement explaining the arrest or confirming the allegations. Let's see the footage of the allegations.
There is the warrant on everybody. The same warrant saved in my head.
Swear.
He's trying to say that we stole. He's saying that we stole $40,000 from his house.
Give me a warrant to my full name. Don't give me rubbish name. I will not answer that name and come and see you.
Whereas Ned doesn't even keep money at home. So which one is we stole 40K?
What did we steal? Did you steal his money or what? What is he saying? Did you people? And see, if you not provide camera, me stealing, I will sue the person. If you don't provide
you didn't even
camera,
enter inside the compound. Did you go upstairs? You were not even at the compound that day.
If you have seen me in your compound, I'll show any video of me stealing. But if not, if you don't
It's
provide
okay,
them,
it's okay, it's okay.
not be by
Everybody go
connection.
inside. Go
And God will fight
inside.
for
Don't
me.
worry.
But I know that will judge you. If you eat, it will judge you.
No verse.
Okay, I really do not want to talk about netizens' reactions to this very viral video because it was terrible. I saw lots of comments. I saw lots of reactions, NK, because Ned, I feel Regina has moved on. That's what I feel. And then I used to feel when it comes to cases of separations and all of that, it's easier for the men to move on. But why is it different now? Regina has moved on, obviously. She has moved on. She doesn't even talk about Ned. But every now and then, Ned keeps finding a way to talk about Regina Daniels. A way to just, I don't know, maybe he's using it for clout. Because normally, I feel Regina should be the one chasing clout based on the fact that she's been into this whole entertainment industry, and then Ned is supposed to be a public figure in the political sector. So now, every time we keep seeing Ned finding a way to trend, and then I get to wonder, you have several wives. The other day, you came out to talk about Regina and all of that, and then praise your wife, your other wives and all of that. And now, you're back to dragging Regina again. Dragging Regina again. Can't you just move on, Ned? Can't you just move on? Regina has moved on, NK, or don't you see it? Because I say she's moved on, she's living her best life and all of that.
I feel like Grandpa Ned is pained. I feel like he's pained and he can't just get, he cannot just, assimilate the fact that Regina has left him. And, he's doing everything in his power to bring her down, bring her family down, and everyone close to her down. And I think that's just what's been up. Because if you ask me, this year marriage issue has been on for a while. I mean, we're talking about
keeping up with the
last year
vocals
into this year. Why is it that it is now at this time that you realize that your 40K dolls was missing and it was Regina's brother and friend that took the money?
Even on her, she said the warrant was placed on her too.
Yeah. Okay, so how come it took you all this time to realize that they stole your 40K? If not that you're just trying to look for something to bring back the whole issue to the nets. I think it's not just enough to accuse people. Yes, you have the power to arrest anybody you want to arrest, but using power and connections to carry out
that's abuse of power.
Abuse of power. If you're arresting somebody, you should have proof that the person is guilty of what you are arresting the person for. But you can't just arrest people when you don't have an evidence. Because if this case now is charged to court, what evidence are you bringing forward to say, yes, they stole my money?
I was about to go there because $40,000, that's like a huge allegation.
That's no small money.
That's a huge allegation. And I hope he has enough evidence because your house is supposed to have a CCTV footage, right? You should have
power to sue. You'll
exactly.
be shocked the way people will come out and back
So $40,000, that's a form of serious allegations. And let's see how all of this story, because it's a developing story, Ned will definitely pen down very soon. He's used to giving us long episodes to read, and I am waiting for all of it. And once it comes, I will definitely bring them to you. So let's quickly take this last story. Nigerian music star Rema has returned to his childhood neighborhood in Benin City, Edo State. The singer was seen visiting the streets where he grew up and later attended the church service with his mother. During the visit, Rema reportedly donated millions of naira, a gesture that has drawn praise from fans and residents. Please let's see the footage of Rema in church.
I'm not here to give myself any form of accolade or glory. I'm here to give God the glory. And I feel like it's important to give back because the church has embraced me, has prayed for me, has kept it very consistent with my spirit. Firstly, I want to give a pledge of 40 million naira to the infrastructure of the church. To the infrastructure of the church. I want to pledge 20 million naira to Rhapsody of Realities. And, being the fact that I came from the Tees Church, I also want to pledge 25 million to the infrastructure of the district. And also, I would say, when I was 8 years old, when I lost my dad, we felt very lost, we felt very abandoned. All that we had was taken from us, and we felt very alone. And I remember at the time, Pastor Joy and Pastor Tom was the pastor of this church, and they opened a shop for my mom. And that was what she managed to take care of us, feed us, and manage. And just to add to that, if there's any widow in church today, I'm pledging 20 million to any widow in the church. There's multiple widows. I hope the money will be spread out.
This video from the visit has since gone viral, with many commending him for remembering his roots and giving back to the community. When we see things like this, we just smile. NK, I don't know, but somehow I was watching that video, I was blushing on his behalf. I don't just know, but I think exactly.
I just love the way he carries himself. I just love the fact that he could still go back to where it all started and still felt like part of them.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, look at the way they were hugging him. In fact, they were not calling me Rema again.
They were calling his real name. Yeah.
That is the name that they know him with growing up. You know, and it was so beautiful to see. You know, I was just smiling when I watched it.
Same way, I was smiling.
How I
also.
wish. I mean, yes, Rema is a very young boy, and for him to have such intuition to know that, you know what,
you need to go back to your roots.
Let me go back to my roots. Let me go back home and see my people. I saw the video where he hugged his friends back there.
Yeah, we saw it.
It felt so natural. There was no forcing of anything. It felt so natural. Like, these are people I have not seen in a long time, you know. And me being at the limelight and them being where they are, it doesn't change anything. It's still me, you know. And I love the fact that he could still do that. And, you know, the pledge to the church.
Like, he still puts God first. That is one thing I just noticed about this whole thing.
For humanity is really, really very large, and you know, it's admirable. I love the fact that he did what he did, and I mean, why would God not keep blessing him?
Of course. Imagine just doing all of these things and then you're putting God first. You just remember God, and he said this emotional story that really touched me, that when he lost his father and everything were taken away from them, that the church helped him, so he decided to, like, Rema, you're making me emotional at this point. Like, I was quite emotional. Yes, your elder sister is emotional right now. I'm quite emotional, but I think we need to give him kudos for this. And if only other people could see things like this and emulate it, because most times, once they've left their region, they do not want to go back there again. Like, they don't want to go back. They don't want to have anything to. They don't want to have anything to do with their roots. But I feel it's normal to just go back to your root. Like, this is where it's all started. Let me go back to where it's all started and all of that. Well, in as much as I would love to talk about Rema all day, because if you give me a full day, I will still keep talking about Rema. Yes, he's my Edo brother, and I am so proud of him. Anyways, it's a wrap on Trending. It's been interesting stories. Super amazing time with NK. NK, thank you so much for making it super easy and amazing for us. Thank you so much, NK. And I hope to see you again soon because of all of the gossips. Don't worry. When next I have gossip, I'll call you.
We shall do it.
All right, so it's been interesting, from the daily straight into the dialogue, the news, and of course the trending. And you do not want to miss tomorrow's edition of Viewpoints. Same time tomorrow. I remain Mercy Erabodu. Have a blessed day.